Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces January 10, 2023. Today's transits encourage you to look at things a little differently, particularly regarding money or practical matters. With the Sun and retrograde Mercury aligning in your sector of money, business, valuables, talents, and personal possessions today, pay special attention to ideas coming in now. Whether they emerge from within or outside of you, something falls into place, and it can feel magical. It's a time to see a matter in a new light, and benefits come from doing so. Not everything is likely to make sense, as is often the case with new beginnings, but what comes out of conversations and thoughts today can be significant later. Keep in mind that what you say today can be more memorable than usual, so be sure to choose your words carefully. You might decide to give someone, an old project, or a situation another look or the benefit of the doubt. Your relationship will now be completely harmonious. You should enjoy this tranquil togetherness, which won't be disrupted by anyone. There are soft words and the little gestures that linger in your mind. There is the quiet, tender loving care that casts the magic spell of love on you and which leaves a deep impression on you every single second and minute. A financial stressor might arise today. Expect your money matters to take an unexpected turn when the Sun in Capricorn conjuncts Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Check your bank accounts to ensure that every transaction is something you did or made. Look inside your wallet to make sure that you have all of your cards. Keep track of any loose change or money as well. Despite your best efforts, something may still pop up that will cause a little bit of stress. Just know that whatever happens is nothing you cannot fix or get through. At the same time that the Sun and Mercury align in your income sector, the Moon is wrapping up past full moon in your financial sector. There might still be some financial tension as both sides of the financial fence fight for your attention, but with the Sun and Venus at a friendly aspect to planets on the job front and the Moon to planets that can inspire your financial confidence, instincts and imagination, it won't take much to turn this into motivation. You may find yourself obsessing on something that doesn't matter today. Stick to your healthy habits during this distraction, and when push comes to shove, stand firm about your health. We all feel out of control once in a while. Remind yourself that you are not perfect, anybody expects you to be perfect, and you are not aiming for perfection. If this doesn't help quell the obsessive thinking, try getting to bed early and trying again tomorrow. With all that has been happening in your life lately, this is a great day to spend some time with yourself. You may be asking why about a lot of things that have been occurring. Take the time to sit back and reflect on the experiences that have brought you to where you are right now on this contemplative day. By giving serious thought to the chain of events, you may find the answers to the questions you have been asking. In a case of perfect timing, just as Venus is spending her first weekend in your communication sector and Mars is last in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, they are joining forces. With Mars coming to a standstill ahead of his turnaround next week, this is allowing Venus to catch up, and while they are still 2 days away from a friendly aspect, the planets of love and passion are already in harmony. This creates a real opportunity to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. The weekend is hosting some special conditions on both the romantic and relationship fronts. It is the Moon's return to an adventurous part of your chart and friendly aspect to Jupiter in your romantic sector that will bring the spirit of romance and adventure together. Meanwhile, in his last weekend in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, Mars is teaming up with Venus in her first weekend in your communication sector. Our eyes in the sky. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn and Uranus retrograde in Taurus unite today. Contrary to popular belief, this planetary connection can bring clarity to matters and allow us to see situations from a different perspective. The world seems larger, clearer, and lovelier when we look at it from a million miles away with no judgment. If you have news to share, now is the time to express yourself. You will be heard and seen by those you love. You may feel unusually cross or ill-tempered during this time. Emotions loom large and seem practically unmanageable. Your body seems to have a mind of its own. Cravings may feel too strong to push aside. This is perfectly natural. One useful herbal remedy for this feeling is chamomile tea. Chamomile is known as the baby remedy, for it soothes a cranky baby and restores balance after a fever. You may drink the tea or actually put tea bags in your bath. While a friendly aspect between Venus in your career sector and Mars in your income sector won't peak until tomorrow, they are already in harmony and at an important time for both. Venus is forging a path for the Sun to follow when he returns in 10 days, and that includes connecting all the dots across the income, work, and career fronts. With Mars slowing ahead of his direct turn in 4 days, as the planet of money, Venus is the perfect planet to exploit both untapped income potential and to prepare for the turnaround ahead. While the Moon is still 2 days away from its first visit to your romantic sector for the year, as it will then go on to make its first visit to your relationship sector for the year just a few days later, there are some important days coming up on both fronts. This makes today's clash between the Moon and Venus today and any work and life balance issues this might expose the right reminder at the right time. After sunup, the Leo Moon opposes Venus in Aquarius, stimulating insecurity. We feel distant from others, even if we are in a room full of people. Failing to achieve the validation we desire can cause us to showboat for attention. Naturally, this only further damages our self-confidence. The real issue now is not that others do not value us, it's that we do not value ourselves. Take the energy you would put into people-pleasing and invest it instead in the creative pursuits that bring you joy. If we make our own happiness, people will flock to us in order to be a part of it. Before noon, the Moon sextiles retrograde Mars in Gemini, helping us to cooperate with others. If we've chosen a creative pursuit to busy ourselves with during the Moon-Venus opposition, this influence will help us to sink into our passion project and achieve success in this venture. However, this aspect is not just about achieving accolades. It is about the internal gratification we attain for doing something that has merit to us. It is about being brave enough to see our efforts through despite the odds. The Moon's first visit to a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart for the year is both some light relief after the heaviness that the full moon of the last few days brought and a chance to put its work-life balance reminders into practice. This was a full moon that will always fall at some point during the Sun's month-long visit to your career sector, and it came when this new professional year was already getting off to a good start. Following on from that, today's playful lunar vibes are another reminder that life can't be all work and no play. The Moon's first visit to your romantic sector for the year has already got off to a good start thanks to its friendly aspect to Jupiter in Aries yesterday. The Moon will also form the same aspect to the asteroid Eris, just as the warrior princess of the cosmos has come to a standstill in her final days in retrograde motion. This is highlighting the new and old doors that are open.